In this video, I'd like to go about showing you how you would calculate a mortgage payment. So we have a really nifty formula that we can use where we just say the payment, right? So the monthly payment that's due, your mortgage payment, is going to be equal to the principal. That's how much money you're borrowing, right? So if you're borrowing $120,000, that's your principal. And you're going to multiply it by this fraction right here. So in the numerator, in the top of this fraction, we've got R. Right, so this R, it's actually going to show up several times. This R is actually the interest rate that you're paying. So the APR, the annual interest rate, we have to divide that by 12. Why? Because we're making monthly payments, right? So we take R, we take the interest rate divided by 12. Take that R, we multiply it by 1 plus R to the nth power. That n is an exponent, right? Now that n also represents something. That is the number of payments that you're going to be making. So for a 30-year loan, there's 12 months in a year, and if you make a payment every year, so you're gonna have 30 years times 12, right? 12 months in a year, 30 years. That's going to tell you how many payments you have to make. So that would be 360, right? If you were doing a 30-year loan. Right? If you're doing a 15-year loan, it'd be 15 times 12, so it'd be 180. And then a denominator, just have that 1 plus R to the nth power, and then we subtract 1. So if we follow this formula here, that's going to yield our monthly mortgage payment, right? And now we're not to kind of simplify things, we're not going to think about property taxes or other things that might be lumped in with the mortgage payment. We're just going to think about repaying the principal and the interest for right now, just so you can get a feel for how that you would go about calculating this for a mortgage. So let's say that you borrow $100,000 at 6.5% APR, right, to be repaid over 30 years. So you've got a 30-year mortgage, right? Now we want to say what would be the monthly payment. Right? We want to calculate the monthly payment so we know how much to pay the lender each month, right? So our monthly payment, let me just change color. So our monthly payment is going to be equal to our principal, right? And our principal is $100,000. That's how much money we're borrowing. And now we're going to multiply that by this fraction above, right? But we need to know what R is. So let me take, here we'll try and keep the same colors. So we're going to have 0.065 divided by 12. That's our R, if you remember. Our interest rate divided by 12. Now this number, we can just put it in, I'm just going to put it in here so you can see it and so forth. But if you really want to know, it comes out, and I'll just round it, 0.005417, that's rounded. But I'm just going to leave it in here like this, right, so you can see. Then we add, or excuse me, multiply by 1 plus R, which is 0.065 over 12. And then we raise that to the nth power, right? And the nth power, since it's a 30-year mortgage, there's going to be, we're going to have 30 times 12, 360 payments, right? So this is going to be to the 360th power. Okay, now in our denominator, the bottom part of our fraction, let me change colors here again. We're going to have 1 plus 0.065 divided by 12 to the 360th power. That's that n again. And then we're going to subtract 1, right? So you can put this into Excel, or if you have a graphing calculator, you'll be able to put it in. And you just take the 100,000 and then you multiply it by this big fraction right here. Okay. That is going to yield, I believe we are going to have a monthly payment of $632. Where should I write this here? We'll put this in white again. So we're going to have a monthly payment of $632. That's going to be our monthly mortgage payment. And again, just a note here, you're paying this on a monthly basis, but there might be other things, right, such as property tax, homeowners insurance, that the lender decides, you know what, we're going to put that in as part of the loan. That's part of your mortgage payment. We're not getting into that here. We're just talking about repaying this principal along with this 6.5% interest over a 30-year term. And to do that, you'd pay $632 a month for 30 years.